All right, and we're back with another battle report from the, whatever this book is called, the Warhammer Age of Sigmar no title book, the current edition, or first book out of the new relaunch. We're going to be doing the Battle Plan Preemptive Strike, and I believe it takes place in the Realm of Life, right?
Yes.
I think this is one of the missions that actually takes place in the Time of War. We will be using the Time of War rules, and we'll see if any of that comes into play after deployment. But we will be doing Preemptive Strike. We've got the Sentinels can move through enemy models, and the Trespasser can summon reinforcements. The Wood Elves will be the Trespassers, and the Sentinels are going to be Tzeentch demons. So those are the armies that we've selected. The Trespassers' objective is you can claim, or you have claimed a realm gate that leads into the heart of your enemy's territory. At the time has come to make your move. You lead the way and establish a beachhead, but before the bulk of your forces could follow you, you were discovered by an enemy patrol. Although the realm gate is the source of great power, it could be destroyed by a sufficiently determined enemy. This cannot be allowed to happen, so my goal is to protect it. The Sentinel's goal is to destroy the realm gate, even if it means death. If the enemy is not stopped here, there will be nothing to prevent them from assuming a huge force and laying waste to your lands. So their goal is to destroy the realm gate. My goal is to protect it. The Trespasser's command ability. So again, the defender's ability is if your general is within 6 inches of a realm gate in your hero phase, you can choose to use this ability, and you can summon reinforcements from page 207 as if you're a wizard. The restrictions on that are either models that I choose not to set up in my beginning War Scroll phase, or if models have been completely destroyed, units have been completely destroyed, I can summon them back on a 3+. And the Sentinel or the Aggressor's command ability is if your general uses this ability, pick your general or a hero or a monster from your army within 12 inches. The general or the model you pick can ignore enemy models in the movement phase, moving through them or within 3 inches of them freely. Roll a die at the end of your movement phase. If the result is a 1, you take a mortal wound. So the setup we have here is the realm gate's in the center. I get a 12-inch deployment next to the realm gate, and Sean's going to be able to deploy in this 9-inch bubble on his table edge. First turn, this Sentinel gets to decide who goes first, so Sean's going to be choosing to go first or second. The special rules, again, is just the Wrath Awakened. This is at the Sentinel's movement phase. Roll a die for each of your units in the army that has not been set up or has been slain. If you roll a 3 or higher, you can pick a point on any table edge of the battlefield and move them on. You can summon reinforcements. If one or more wizards or priests from the Trespasser's army are within 6 inches of the realm gate in the Trespasser's hero phase, then the Trespasser can attempt to summon reinforcements. If you to do so, roll a d6, and on a 4 or higher, the unit is added to the Trespasser's army as reinforcements. This could be an entirely new unit from the Trespasser's collection or a unit that was slain earlier in the battle. And then attacking the realm gate, it has a 3+ save, it has 8 wounds, and he just needs to lay attacks into it. At the end of turn 4, we roll a d6. On a 1 or 2, the battle immediately ends. Otherwise, roll again at the beginning of the 5th, except for that it ends on a 1, 2, or 3. And then if it keeps going past the 5th round, it ends immediately at the end of the 6th round. And then the victory conditions we've already gone over. So let's go over the board real quick. We didn't roll for any terrain. We're just going to be playing it as stated in the book, which just says to deploy the realm gate and then pieces of terrain. So we've got a building. These two are actually the Wood Elves woods that we'll go into from their battle host. A couple more ruins, a hill, and then a village over here, and that's where Sean will be deploying from. And we'll just go ahead and jump right into the armies. Okay, and I will be using the Guardians of the Deepwood, which is going to be 3 Tree Lords and or Tree Lord Ancients. I'm only going to be taking 2 units of Dryads, and then 2 of the Wildwoods. And so those are, again, the deployed Wildwoods. One's next to the Realm Gate, one's over here. And then we've got 2 units of 18 Dryads, and a Tree Lord and a Tree Lord Ancient, and then a Branch Wraith who will be outside of the formation.
Okay, so then for the Tzeentch force here, we've got Fate Weaver, 2 15-man pink horror units, 3 flamers, and then a Herald on the disc.
So we've got 5 War Scrolls against 5 War Scrolls, not including the trees. Alright, and we have deployment. I've got my 2 units of Dryads around the Realm Gate, my Tree Lord, my Tree Lord Ancient, and my Branch Wraith is actually on top of the Realm Gate. And then over here in Sean's deployment, he has a unit of Pink Horrors, his unit of Flamers, and Fate Weaver. And then everybody else is going to be coming on from reserve. So Sean, are you going to choose to go first or go second?
I'm going to take first turn.
Okay, so we'll be back during movement, I guess.
Okay, so for my hero phase, I'm going to use the Inspiring Presence rule on the Pink Horrors, so they won't have to take Battle Shock tests this turn. And we're going to try and cast some spells, so he's going to try and cast Arcane Shield on these guys, needing a 6. Get it with 7. And I'm outside of 18 inches of the wizards.
I think so. Almost definitely. Yep.
Okay.
So
they're going to get 4-up save. And then they're going to try and cast Arcane Shield on Fate Weaver.
Sure.
And they fail.
They do indeed. It's 5.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so then they're just going to move.
Yep.
Okay, so then the Flamers are going to move 10 to here. And Fate Weaver is going to go 10 over here and run 5 more inches.
5 inch round there. And now we're in the shooting phase, the Flamers.
Yep. Flamers are going to shoot at the Dryads. So they have their Warp Flame shots, which are 3 shots each guy. They hit on 4s. So 3 hits.
Okay.
And wound on 3s.
So 1.
Yep.
And the Dryads have a 5+ save, so 1 dies.
And it's D3 damage, actually.
Oh, okay.
So 2.
2. So 2 Dryads die.
Okay, then the Pink Horrors are shooting their Magical Flames at the Dryads. 6 are in range. They will hit on 4s and wound on 4s. And no wounds.
Okay. Charges? Anything to declare?
Nope.
Okay, so then end of top of turn 1. Bravery of the Dryads is a 6. They lost 2 guys, so 7, 8, so they lose 2 guys.
Lose 1 because you're above 10.
I am above 10, so that's one good point. Okay. Alright, and hero phase for the Wood Elves. I'm going to go ahead and use my Tree Lord Ancient to use his command ability from the scenario that we're playing to do Come Forth and Conquer. So on a 4+, I can set up a new unit, and I do not. So no other command benefits because he doesn't have any command abilities, and we'll go into movement. Movement phase here, I'm going to go ahead and move up my Dryads 7 inches, and hopefully get in for a charge. And
so they
now,
moved up then.
continuing movement, the Tree Lords move 6, so he's going to pop up and try to go tango with Fate Weaver. And then we'll do these guys at the same time. The Dryads will move up 7 inches.
Okay. Okay, so they moved up this way.
And then the Tree Lord Ancient has an even slower move, so he's gonna just kind of gimp up with 5 inches, and then the Branch Wraith will move up with her 7. She's going to try to keep up this building. Okay. The Tree Lord Ancient is going to shoot his Doom Tendril Staff into the Pink Horrors because I don't want to reduce my charge range. So it's 1 attack at an 18-inch range, and it hits on a 2, and it'll miss.
Okay.
And then the Tree Lord is going to shoot into Fate Weaver with the Stranglethorn Roots, which hit on 2s, 5 attacks. So all hit, and wound on 3s with a -1 rend. So 4 wounds.
Okay, so 4 wounds with a -1 Ren, but he had the Arcane Shield on him, so he is at a 4-up save. So he takes 1 wound.
The Tree Lord is going to try to charge into Fate Weaver here, needing boxcars, and will fail. And then the Dryads over here will charge into the Flamers, and they look like they need a 5. Yeah.
Yep.
And they will get in with a 7.
Okay.
And then if you want to start recording this, and then there's 7-inch charge, I'm going to try to get as many as possible then. Alright, and I'm going to take my 3-inch pile in now, using a fancy measuring stick, so I can try to get in range with everybody. Fortunately, closest unit is going to be more of these Flamers.
Now here comes a little bit of the tactics of Age of Signar, because he just tied up 2 of my units.
Yeah.
Because my pink horrors are going to be engaged.
3 inches, so they either have to flee next turn or pile in on this combat. It's their choice. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like only 7 guys are going to be in combat.
Okay.
The rule is in Rapturing Song. I don't know why they sing, they're Dryads, but if I'm locked in combat with a unit, I can choose to add +1 to hit them. So I'll take the Flamers, I get +1 to hit, so I'm hitting on 3s. And it's like
Rolling high.
3, 6, 9 wounds on your Flamers.
So no Ren, so 5 up. And we're going to lose
6, 7 guys.
Okay, so
7 wounds.
all the 3 die.
Yep.
Okay, so then the pink horrors are gonna pile in.
Okay. And here comes the pile in for the pink horrors. Since there's no disadvantage to piling in on this turn, since he can shoot into combat and cast magic into combat, he might as well get in there and try to get some attacks on them.
So I'm gonna have 4 attacks that are hitting on 5s and wounding on 4s. So 1 hit.
Moving on a 4.
And no wounds.
Okay. Okay, so end of turn 1, we had the Dryads charge in, kill the Flamers, the pink horrors piled in, did no damage in return. The Tree Lord Ancient had moved up with his slow-ass movement speed. The Branch Wraith and the Tree Lord moved up. The Tree Lord did 1 wound to Fate Weaver, and the Dryads also moved up, and now we're going to roll off to see who goes first on turn 2. So I get a 4, okay.
We
roll, 3 and a 6, so
okay.
We'll come back on Demon's turn. Okay, so Hero Phase Demons.
Okay, so no one is in command range of his Inspiring Presence rule, so he won't get to use that. Fate Weaver's going to try and cast Gift of Change, cast on an 8 against the Branch Wraith. It'll affect D6 mortal wounds. And it goes off.
Goes off on boxcars though, right? Because of his special ability?
Because Fate Weaver always
so
matches the highest.
Matches the highest, so he gets a 12, so I have to stop it on a 12. I do not.
Okay, so D6 mortal wounds, 6.
6. And she only has 5, so she dies.
Okay.
First blood.
So then the pink horrors are going to try and cast Arcane Bolt on these guys.
Sure.
And you have 5, they get it with 5.
And I believe I'm within range to dispel this. Then 18 inches, yep. So the Tree Lord Ancient's going to try to stop it. And he will stop it with a 7.
Okay. So for my mission rule, I can bring in the other 2 War Scrolls I have in reserve. So on the 3+, the Herald
3
comes
War
in.
Scrolls. Even if your Flamers died, you can try to bring them out.
Oh, right. Okay, so then the Herald is going to come in. The pink horrors will not, and then the 3 Flamers will come in.
Okay.
So, the Flamers and Herald came in here, and Fate Weaver is going to move 14 inches with the run over here. 1 wound, and then of course the pink horrors are stuck there because they're in combat. So the Flamers that came on are going to be shooting at the Tree Lord here. Okay. So again, we need 4s to hit. And 3s to wounds. So 3 wounds, no Ren.
Okay, so 3 up save, so 1 goes through.
So he takes D3 wounds. So 1
He's going
wound.
to take 1 wound. There's the 1 wound on the Tree Lord.
So then these guys are going to shoot over here. We have 15 shots because they're all in
Pink
range.
Horrors.
Actually forgot. So we have 15 shots hitting on 4s and wounding on 4s.
And saving on a 5+, there's more than 12 in the unit, so they get a +1 armor save, so saving on 4s. So 2 die. 2 die.
Okay, so the pink horrors are gonna pile in their 3 inches and fight the branch wraiths.
Dryads.
Dryads, my bad. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys that are gonna be able. 9 guys hitting on 5s and wounding on 4s.
My 4+ save. So 1 more dies. Okay, I'm gonna go for my 3-inch pile-in now.
In there.
And it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys. So again, with the Enrapturing Song, I have 23 attacks hitting on 3s. And 14 successful hits for attacks, wounding on 4s.
Okay, so 6 wounds, no rends, so the save up to 5 up. So 5 are gonna die.
And there's the 5 casualties. Battle shock for this combat, the pink horrors first.
So I lost 5, so I'm good with my bravery of 10.
And I lost 3 total, and my bravery is 6. And I'm fine also. So now roll for turn 3. 3 to 3. 6 to 1. So we'll be back on the Dryads hero phase. So my Tree Lord Ancient is going to attempt to use his command ability from the mission, which is the summon reinforcements on a 4+. I do not. Top of turn 3 movement phase, I'm going to go ahead and move my Tree Lord Ancient away from this combat. He's pretty convinced that that's over. And then we'll move the Tree Lord up as well. 6 inches. And then the Dryads up 7. So shooting phase, I'm going to go ahead and shoot the Tree Lord into Fate Weaver with the Strangle Roots, hitting on 2s. And wounding on 3s with a -1 round.
Okay, so 3 wounds, Fate Weaver's 4 up, so he takes 2 more wounds. So he's taken 3 wounds and he has 7 left.
So Doom Central Staff from the Tree Lord Ancient into the Pink Horse, hitting on a 2. Will hit. Wounds on a 3+. 1 wound, has a rend of -1 and does d6 damage.
Okay, so they have a 6 up. Oh, they pass.
Okay. The Tree Lord is going to charge first, and he gets a 9-inch charge, so let's see where.
Okay, so he's going into Fate Weaver.
And then the Dryads will also charge 4 inches, which will not be enough, I don't think. It's just out.
Okay.
I'm going to start over here with the Dryads. Since they are at exactly 12, they have +1 to their armor save, and I don't want to lose that benefit. 25 attacks, hitting on 3s because of Enrapturing Song. And 15 hits, wounding on 4s.
So 10 wounds, 5 to save. So let's see, 8 will die.
And after casualties are removed, only the banner is left.
So Fate Weaver, I like to fight back against the Tree Lord before he gets to fight. So with his staff up tomorrow, he gets d6 attacks. So he gets 6 attacks. And he will be hitting on 4s and wounding on 3s. So 2 wounds with...
So with the -1 rend, I have a 4+ save, and I save 1.
And that's 2 damage. And then he has the Beaks and Claws, which will be 4 attacks. It hits on 4s. And then wounds on 3s. So.
And with -1 rend, saves on a 4. We'll save.
So he's taken 3 wounds, and then he'll be attacking back.
So sweeping blows with the Tree Lord against Fate Weaver, hitting on 3s with 3 attacks. 2 wounds. Let me know when you're ready. 2 wounds and wounding on 3s with a -1 round. No wounds. Against Fate Weaver, massive impaling tendrils, hits on a 3, will miss. And the Tree Lord has a special rule called Ground Shaking Stomp, so everybody within 3 inches of him, which is going to be everybody, on a 4+, they get knocked over and subtract 1 to hit. So the Flamers are not knocked over, the Herald is knocked over, and Fate Weaver is also knocked over.
So because the branch race have fought the pink horror over there, I'm gonna have the Flamers consolidate into the Tree Lord. And then the Herald will be able to go in, and we'll fight with those. So 6 attacks against the Tree Lord that hit on 5s. Okay, and then 4 attacks that wound on 3s, so 4 wounds.
Okay. So 3+ save. He saved all.
Okay, so the Herald's gonna fight the Tree Lord. He has 1 attack that typically hits on 4s, but because he's knocked down, hits on a 5 and misses. And then we have the Ritual Dagger, which hits on 4s but 5s now, so 1 hit. Wounds on 4s, so 1 wound.
3+ save. He saves it.
Okay, so then the Lamprey's Bite has 6 attacks that will hit on 5s, so 4 hits, and will wound on 3s. So 2 wounds.
And Noren, 3 up. He's fine.
Okay, so the pink horror is going to fight the Dryads. So I hit on 5s and wound on 4s. 1 wound.
I have a 4+ save. He's fine. So Battle Shock for the pink horror.
Okay, so he is going to die.
Yep. And at the end of combat, Fate Weaver is knocked down with 3 wounds. The Tree Lord has 3 wounds. And the Herald is knocked down. The Flamers are fine. And at the bottom of turn 3, the Dryads have disengaged from combat by killing the pink horrors, Tree Lord Ancient, Dryads, and then this combat over here.
So for my hero phase, Fate Weaver's going to try and cast Gift of Change on the Tree Lord again. Goes off on an 8. So it goes off on a 10.
Okay, and I'm going to try to stop it. And I will not stop it.
So C6 mortal wounds.
4. Okay.
So then the Herald of Tzeentch is going to try and cast a Pink Fire of Tzeentch on the Tree Lord. And I'm going to use the Arcane Tomb, which means it goes off automatically. Or, well, no, I get to roll 3 dice. So it's going to go off with 8.
Okay. And I stop it with an 8.
Okay. Okay, so beginning of my movement phase, I'm going to try and bring in the Pink Horrors. First unit comes in, and the second unit also comes in.
So end of demon movement, Fate Weaver disengaged from the Tree Lord and flew 14 inches into this forest. His pink horror unit number 2 came on from my table edge to shoot at the realm gate, and his other unit of pink horrors came in on that table edge in the middle of my dryads.
Okay, so starting off, the pink horrors are going to fire at the realm gate. So 15 shots hitting on 4s. So 5 hits, wounding on 4s.
And since I'm defending, 3+ on the realm gate. Takes 1 wound.
So the Flamers shooting against the Dryads, hitting on 4s. 4 wounds, hitting on 3s.
No rend, I have more than 12 models. I have a 4+ save. Take 3 wounds.
One is D3 damage, so you're going to take 4 damage. 4 guys. Okay. So the 15 pink horrors here are going to be firing at the Dryads. So 15 shots hitting on 4s. 10 hits, wounding on 4s. And 5 wounds.
Okay. And saving on 4s. 4 more die. 3, 4.
So now into combat, the Herald on his disc is going to fight the Tree Lord. So his Staff of Change, still hitting on 5s because he's knocked down. Misses. Then we have the Ritual Dagger with 2 attacks. It's on 5s. 1 hit. And wounds on 4s.
Okay. And a 3+ save. It's fine.
Okay. And then we have the 6 attacks from the Lamprey Bites hitting on 5s. 1 hit. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
And 3+. It's fine.
Okay.
And then the Tree Lord will activate his stomp at the beginning of his combat. So the Flamers are knocked down and the Herald is not knocked down. So token switches. Tree Lord's going to fight back against the Herald, against the Flamers. He's going to hit twice with his sweeping blows, hitting on 3s. On 3s.
Okay, so run -1. He has a 6-up save. So he takes wound.
And it's d6 wounds. 1 wound. The Impaling Talons from the Tree Lord against the Flamers again, hitting on a 3. Hitting on a 3. No wound.
Okay, so the Flamers are going to fight back against the Tree Lord. 2 attacks each, hitting on 5s. Wounding on 3s.
And a 3+ save. He saves. Okay, and my Dryads are going to now pile in. 3 each pile in.
So 1, 2 Dryads are within range.
4 attacks. I'm going to sing on the Flamer, so I hit on 3s. 3 hits, wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
So the Flamers have a 5-up. So 1 of the Flamers will die.
Shock. The Dryads lost 6 guys with a bravery of 6. So they're losing 5 more guys. They're over 10 though, so 4 run away. And then the Flamers have a bravery of 10, so they can't fail. Roll for turn 4. Demons go first, and on a 1 or a 2, the game ends. The game ends, okay. Now the scenario rules for victory.
Well, do we still play out this turn?
No, it ends at the end of the 4th round. So at the end of the 4th round, the game will end. So Sean's goal for this round is to do as much damage to the Realm Gate as possible. And it is Demon's turn 1. We'll come back with the hero phase.
Okay, so starting out my hero phase, Fate Weaver is going to cast his Gift of Change on the gate, needing an 8. So he gets it with a 10.
And I have 2 dice to stop it with the Tree Lord Ancient. And we'll fail.
Okay. So it is D6 mortal wounds, looking for a high number here.
4.
4, that's good. Okay, so then he's going to also cast Arcane Bolt, because Fate Weaver can cast 2 spells.
Yep.
So it's...
Goes off
does
on,
not... Oh, it does go off because he adds 1 to his casting.
Okay, so it goes off on a 5. And I know I just said that I tried to dispel that with the Tree Lord Ancient. I actually stopped it with the Tree Lord so that the Tree Lord Ancient has more options. He can try to stop the Pink Horrors or Fate Weaver, but this does D6 mortal wounds, right?
D3.
D3? Oh, okay, so I'll let this one go through.
And it actually goes off with 6 because he adds 2.
Okay, so I'll let this go off. So it does D3 mortal wounds to the gate.
So
2 more, so the gate is at 7.
Okay, so then the last cast, Pink Horrors, you're going to see if they can finish it off. Goes off just barely on a 5.
And trying to stop it with the Tree Lord Ancient. Gets it with an 11. Tree Lord Ancient ain't taking any of that.
Nope. Okay, so then for movement, these Pink Horrors are just going to move up 5. So shooting, these Pink Horrors are going to fire at the gate. So 15 shots, you need 4s to hit. Okay, so then 6 hits, so wounds on 4s.
Wounds, 3 pluses, it only has 1 wound left. It dies. Okay, and that's a turn 4 demon victory. Jake, good game, it was fun, and we'll talk about post-game.
Okay.
So end of the game, demons win on turn 4, top of turn 4. The bottom of the game would have been decided by the 2 dice and rolling equal or less than the number of wounds done to the Realm Gate. So it was actually a pretty close game. At no point did I personally feel overwhelmed, but what do you think? How do you think the game went?
No, I think it was good. This mission kind of favors the person who gets to keep bringing in their reinforcements. The difference was that where you could bring your guys out of the Realm Gate, that it's 1 higher for you to bring in guys. So for me, it's a 3-up, and for you, it's a 4-up. So
and I can only do 1 unit a turn.
Well, right.
You can do as many as you have in reserve.
So that hurts too. In the end, it was kind of cheeseballish shooting the spells into the gate. But
yeah, but I mean, that's how you have to deal with. I mean, unless there was a rule that says you can't shoot magic at the Realm Gate, which I don't think there was.
Right. And then we also talked about the branch wraith. That one lucky shot really helped because the branch wraith can.
Here's where we should read rules.
Oh, okay.
Because this would have changed the game. It's too late to go back now. But models from the Sentinel army can charge the Realm Gate and attack it in close combat as if it was an enemy model. You can't shoot or use magic at it. You have to charge it. So the Realm Gate would have been alive, and your army is actually awful against the Realm Gate because you're pink horrors. So I probably would have ended up winning on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
So
because the only wounds done to it was shooting magic.
Yeah, but again, I didn't feel overwhelmed. I mean, you got 2 units in at the bottom of 3 and then got to go first. So you got to shoot the fuck out of it. But had we read that, the game would have been completely different. I think I would have absolutely won.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because with the 3-up save, that's really hard to do anyway. With 8 wounds, a 3-up save, and your entire army that starts in front of it.
Yeah.
Because
I would have just stayed there.
Yeah, there's no benefit to you not staying there.
Yeah.
Which
I would have come closer because you were shooting at me.
Right.
So I mean, there was that benefit, but
I would have had to have gone towards you anyway.
Yeah.
To get there.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't want. And I mean, there's no the benefit to charging in this game is because you can shoot and cast magic into combat. The benefit for charging is that I have a turn of being able to do damage to you.
Right.
Versus just standing there and getting shot at. So I still would have moved up, but there's a lot less that could have hurt the Realm Gate. So we'll have to do it again and try it again. And I think you would bring a different army. I think you would bring like a Soul Grinder or something that could pose a legitimate threat to the Arch.
Right.
But that's my fault for not reading the rules all the way through. I just assumed it was an enemy model. I didn't read the very beginning of that. So reading comprehension, it's important.
Yes, right. Dryads are nasty.
Dryads are good. Yeah, I like the Dryads. I'm super happy with Age of Sigmar in that my Wood Elf army, which would probably not be super competitive in 8th edition because it was primarily Dryads, Treekin, Branch Wraiths, and Treemen.
Right, the Deep Woods box.
Yeah, it's basically the Deep Wood box plus another unit of Dryads plus the Treekin. And everything out of that box is now totally viable and synergizes incredibly well with each other.
Right. And it's nice that they have their own battalion out of the new book too.
Yeah.
Which is exactly basically what that box set is.
Which is nice for new people who want to just buy that box and play out of it. And it's a good box too. I mean, none of the special rules really came into effect this turn or this game, but there are some cool ones like pulling in a unit out of a woods and being able to charge with it in the same turn. But
right. So I guess we have a rematch sometime. We had to do.
Yeah, looks like a rematch on this one for sure, and then we'll keep playing through this book because all the hate out there. I really like Age of Sigmar. I think that there's depth in the movement phase and the charging phase that people are just ignoring. Even more so if they've only played one game and then they make a judgment call on it. I mean,
right. And I mean, we both played 8, so we both have multiple armies. Like I have dwarves and 2 kings I can bring next time.
And demons
just
now,
because the demons are here, and on circle bases. I do play 40k, but it's nice too because I can use them now more so for Age of Sigmar.
Right. Without buying specialty movement trays and everything to rank them up. But I don't know, and we'll see the Realm Gate not having special rules means that leak means there's a book coming out, hopefully, so there'll be more scenarios.
Well, they posted a PDF and it says page 64 and 65.
And it's not on their website or in the box, so I mean...
Rules, yeah.
It means that it has to be coming out, right? I hope.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Book.
We'll see. And then definitely a rematch on the Realm Gate. We also didn't remember to do any of the Realm of Life stuff. We have to use the whiteboard over there and remember the Realm of Life because you could have been healing wounds on Fate Weaver or
that's right,
stuff like that, and then
Shield of Thorns.
Yeah, we had the Shield of Thorns special rule. Although the way magic works, the Tree Lord Ancient is definitely not the hero you want to bring anti-magic.
Right.
He doesn't do enough.
What's the Branch Wraith here?
The Branch Wraith, I believe, is a level 1 that can only cast summon more bros. It is not. It's a bound to the Wraith. It's not a magic. Oh nope, it is. He knows Arcane Bolt, Mystic Shield, and Rouse to Wraith or
So that's
Wrath.
where you get the 2d6 unit of Dryads. So that's nice.
No, yep, the 2d6 number of Dryads. But still, being only able to dispel once a turn, which I didn't realize before, if you're a level 1 wizard, being able to dispel once each turn is pretty ruthless.
Yeah.
You really gotta pick your battles and let stuff go through. But yeah, no, it's fun. And again, I don't think I've played a single game of Age of Sigmar where I've felt outmatched.
Right, and we've been playing, I don't think we mentioned at the beginning, we've been playing just straight rules.
Yep.
So like this was just, we had the same number of war scrolls, there was nothing else. All the unit sizes, we just pretty much was what we had, or like I've got probably 20 more pink horrors in my box that I could have brought, but I just made the judgment call to bring 15.
Right.
Which might have been a little too much, but you did have, how many? 18, 2 units of 18.
Yeah, I had exactly
Dryads.
the Deepwood box. I had 36 Dryads, and then the 2 Tree Men, and then a Branch Wraith standing in because I never put together my other Tree Man because there's no way to use them in 8th edition.
So I had 35 models, and you had...
36, 37, 38, 39.
So we were close
We
there.
were pretty close. And I mean, number of wounds, how many wounds Fate Weavers have?
10.
And the disc.
5. So
And
15.
the pink horror, or the flamers have 2 each.
Yep.
So 6. And you got to bring them back on the table.
Right, well, right, yeah.
So you actually had 15, 16, 18 more models because you brought them back on.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But again, still, it felt close. I mean, again, if you weren't shooting at the Realm Gate, it would have been a totally one-sided game.
Yeah, because
Like,
Tzeentch is just
yeah.
terrible at Coast
Yeah,
Town.
it would have been over. But again, you would have brought something different. You would have brought Tomb Kings or Dwarves or
Probably
brought a
Tomb
Soul
Kings just to
Grinder or
keep it a
something.
little-
Yeah, so we'll definitely do the rematch and figure
Understood.
out, and I'll put a big disclaimer at the very beginning because I'm not going to just throw the battle report away. I'll put the disclaimer that we intended to use rules for shooting to test it out.
There you
It
go.
was not a misreading. But yeah, I mean, I hope to get in a bunch more games and hopefully we'll get better at the battle reports speeding up and being a little bit less choppy. And any final decisions on this game or Age of Sigmar in general?
No, not really.
Okay.
We're having fun, so.
That's the important thing.
Yep.
Letting your opponent get that extra half an inch because it doesn't matter.
Exactly. And also, do not judge after one game. Play multiple
Yeah,
games.
I'm getting so frustrated with people online who play one game or are only reading reviews online and just tearing the game apart. And it's like, just go try it. It costs you nothing if you had an 8th edition army.
Right.
It costs you literally only time. And a game takes 30 minutes.
Right.
And I mean, once you learn the rules, it takes 30 minutes. So
Because, I mean, we would have... What time is it? I don't even know.
I think it's like almost 8.
Did the clock in here? Yeah, it's 8. So we started at probably like 6:30, 6:45, and that was with recording.
Yeah.
So,
It was about an hour and a half
right.
with slowing the game down with recording, which I would say probably was about half an hour to 45 minutes worth of pausing to look up rules and roll dice appropriately. So
Right. You know, as we play more, we'll
yeah,
get the
and
rules.
I don't know,
rules down.
the Tree Lord or the Tree Man was 200-ish points. In old Warhammer, the Tree Lord was 250-ish. Dryads were like 11-ish points each. So maybe about 1,000 points.
Right. I mean,
So
I didn't actually play the demons in fantasy
yeah.
previously to this, so I'd have to look it up. But, you know, of course, the dwarves and Tomb Kings are my two main.
Yeah, but still, even if we were at 1,000 points, my point was not comparing
Oh,
army size. I'm saying 1,000
time
points
was- Yeah.
in fantasy would be about 2 hours.
Yeah, and then time was
Recording, talking like we were doing, and setting up would be about 2 hours, and we play this game in about 45 minutes, subtracting recording, including setting up and everything. So games go faster, but as I've said before, they feel like a game. They don't feel like half a fantasy. It feels like I played a full game of Warhammer,
Yeah.
which is really nice. But all right,
Sounds good.
and yeah, we'll
See you
come
guys
back with
later.
the next battle report.